Yo, what's up, guys? It's Fresh Trades, and today we're just gonna do a little market analysis on where we're at in the market and where I think we're going from here, and what the two outcomes I'm looking for are. So we'll just start over here with SPY or with QQQ, and we've kind of seen this progression playing out where we got our initial kind of distribution candle right here. We chopped up through here, and then we got our expansion into a UTAD. And we got like 3 breakaway gaps, and then we got stagnant up here. And this is where we did catch a couple shorts. We caught this, and then we kind of climaxed into like a 3 lower low buy. So we got our first lower low right here, our second in here, and then our third right here. And we caught calls a couple times up this rally. But, I mean, this was a really crucial spot. We're retesting previous highs from August, and it played out well. And then from there, I was more looking for us to play up here and then kind of consolidate around 600 or 610. But we've really just pushed up into this gap area, and on Friday, we did reject a little bit. We had a higher volume, which is interesting. We could maybe move up a little more, $4 into that gap, and then short from there, or it could just fall apart from here and pull back to 610 is really the level I would like to see before we get long. One more time into this 637 level, and then quarter one, likely we're going to sell and finish this distribution schematic because we're distributing here. This is a large candle where they're positioning. And so really these pushes back up are just for money to get short, stop retail. They're going to bait retail up here and then really sell it into Q1 is what I'm thinking. We can take a look at SPY real quick and we're seeing a lot of the exact same things. SPY's actually been moving on some days a little better. SPY honestly looks a little more cleaner here in the setup. August, you see we got these August highs, come back, tested it. And then once again, 3 lower lows, one right there, one right there, one right there. Build up. And the level we're looking for this pullback to is on here is about 675. This is previous all-time highs where we really were stagnant for a while, and then we eventually broke away. So there should be a lot of liquidity there. If we move into the hourly, we can kind of see, yeah. So the hourly, this is really distribution on the hourly. We got above here, or based out, and we're getting 3 kind of higher highs, sell climax. So there's not a lot of progress made in between these highs. And even when there is, it sells quick. So this is our first high, and then we kind of rejected off, consolidated for a day or two. We broke and got like $1.50 up, and then we immediately sold. Gap up, immediately sold down, right back into those previous highs. So really on Monday, we're going to look for this to sell below and start moving its way back to 675. And it really did. It about got to all-time highs. So that's pretty good. Something to mention going into this next week is we got FOMC rate decision, and then Powell speaking right after on Wednesday, which could be a catalyst if we get back to 675 before to bring us up or down. That's just something to keep in mind. You probably don't want to hold positions out through that. That's about all we got. And then we got employment the following week, which isn't that important. A few other things. If we go look at NVDA, this is the trade we're in right now that we swung off Friday. Overall here, what I'm playing on this is really just overall weakness compared to market. Really hasn't made a lot of progression back into this earnings sell-off, and we're kind of at that 185 basing out. There's a lot of relative weakness. I would love to see if this would just continue to distribute out. If we could break the 180, 150 overall, like the hourly and the 5 minute look pretty solid. While Qs were grinding up, this sold off. This 5 minute candle wasn't ideal, but if the market does gap down and looking like it will, this is a weak stock and it could easily push down and give us like 175, and then 180 would be the first target. But we are seeing lower lows and lower highs, so it's not a bad sign. One other theme I do want to watch going into next week is XLE. And XLE split the other day. But XLE did just fill this gap on Friday, which I was somewhat expecting to happen. But it's been continuously getting bought up, and I'm going to want to see this pull back some, especially after filling that gap with a candle, but volume's still very low. So that's not the worst sign. We want to see that $46 break and continue to base out, but we want to see some sort of lower high up in the 45 levels here. We can just go through a couple others real quick. Amazon is one I was looking to short off these lower highs. It looks decent, but not much. I haven't been able to find a lot of individual stocks that I necessarily love. But AMD, kind of the same fusion behind that NVDA trade. These lower highs into that big sell-off that we had. It's just not able to put in any highs while SPY and QQQ have been rallying up to all-time highs again. So that's definitely something to watch if the QQQ 1 hour decides to distribute. But that's all I got for today, guys. If you guys got any questions, let me know. I'm going to have another video coming on the trade recaps for this week. So, yeah, if you got any questions, make sure to comment and ask, and I'll get back to you guys on that. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.